Imagine that you could choose any armor piece you wanted and then make it look like the raid set and put any shader on it that you wanted. Imagine that you could take the raid set, for example, and make it into universal ornaments and make every single kind of high stat specific stat roll armor that you get look like your favorite looking set, which is of course the raid set. Hi guys, welcome to Gaming Watcher. My name is Rolson, and in this video we'll talk about the new Transmog system in Destiny 2. So, at the moment, you can grind for a specific stat roll on an armor set. If you, for example, want an armor piece with high mobility, high resilience, intellect, discipline, whatever stat. If there's something that is important to your build, you might want to farm for specific rolls on an armor piece. But then if you want your armor to look in a certain way, so let's say that you want to wear the raid set, for example. Now I'm using the raid set as an example because that's how I feel. I always, or most of the time at least, want to wear the raid set because it's usually the coolest set. So if I wanted to wear the raid set for the looks, but I wanted specific stat rolls on it, I would have to grind out the raid again and again and again to get each and every armor piece with that very specific stat roll that I wanted on it. Now with the Transmog system, I can use any armor piece and I can just make it look like the raid set. So it kind of separates the stats from the look. And I think that's really awesome because in general, it just makes it way easier to get both the stats that you want on an armor piece and the look. Today, you have all these shaders in your inventory, and this is also going away. The shaders are no longer going to be part of your inventory. It's going to be like a universal unlock, just like the mods, so they don't fill up your inventory. It's just when you have a certain shader, you just have it, and it costs some glimmer. And I get back to the specific prices once we get into the information about this new Transmog system. But so in the future, you will just have all of the shaders that you have. They won't be in your inventory. So this is, you're not going to do this anymore. And to be honest, I really appreciate that because this is just annoying. But that is kind of what the Transmog system is solving. So now let's look at the actual system and the implementation. Now, first of all, the vendor for the Transmog system is going to be Ada1. She was the vendor for the Black Armory stuff back in the day, but now she's coming back, and I actually think that that's really nice. I've been missing Ada. I think she's a cool character. The Black Armory was such a cool thing, and now she's coming back and she's gonna have new mods, and she's also gonna have this Transmog system. So that's really awesome, I think. But how does it work? So there are 3 new currencies linked to this system: Synth Strand, Synth Cord, and Synth Weave. It's the Synth Weave that you need to convert an unlocked armor appearance, legendary quality or lower, from collections into a universal ornament. And to get these Synth Weave, you of course have to grind like a crazy person, but who didn't expect that? So what you do is you need to defeat enemies to earn Synth Strand. And you can spend this Synth Strand on bounties that Ada1 is going to have. And when you complete those bounties, you earn Synth Cord. And Synth Cord you can convert at the Loom, which I don't know what is, but I guess we'll find out in the next season. You can convert those Synth Cord at the Loom in the tower into Synth Weave. And now it doesn't specifically say how many of each that you need. There's still something about that we don't know, and that we have to see like how grindy it's going to be. But it does say here, after earning 150 Synth Strand, players may visit Ada1 in the tower to acquire class specific bounties which will reward Synth Core. So that's kind of an indicator, but how fast these are dropping, we don't know yet. But we do know what the bounties are going to be about. It says here, there will be 5 categories of armor synthesis bounties: Vanguard, Crucible, Gambit, Destinations, or Raids and Dungeons. And now, I want to stress here that I actually think that the addition of raids and dungeons into these bounties is really awesome. This has been missing from all of the other bounty systems that we have. That usually is only those core activities like Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit, and maybe some destinations, but raids and dungeons has always been left out of that whole bounty system, and I think it's really awesome that you get to actually play these high level endgame activities and still do these bounties. So let's look at the individual categories. So for Vanguard, bounties can be complete plated strikes using a specific subclass or accumulate points in Nightfall strikes. So what I like about this is that it seems to be very simple bounties that you can do while doing all of the other stuff that you normally would do in Destiny, like grinding for power levels or doing the pinnacle grind. So it seems like we're not really going to notice this that much, I think. It's just going to be another set of bounties that you pick up whenever you do something, and then you will just complete them without really thinking about it. So for the Crucible, capture zones in Crucible control matches or complete Crucible matches and defeat opponents using specific damage types as a team. So the as a team addition is also a nice one, because that means that you also get points towards completing the bounty if your team defeats opponents with a specific damage type. For Gambit, it's sending and defeating blockers, and defeat primeval envoys, high value targets, and primevals in Gambit. For destinations, it defeat nightmares on any destination or in nightmare hunts, defeat bosses while defending the blind well within the dreaming city. For raids and dungeons, it's complete the final encounter of any raid or dungeon, or generate orbs of power in raids or dungeons. So in general, about all of these different types of bounties, it seems like Bungie has really tried to not make these difficult to complete. It seems like the most basic kind of bounty that you possibly could have for these activities, like sending and defeating blockers. Do that all the time in Gambit. The same with primeval envoys, high value targets, and primevals in Gambit. Generating orbs of power in raids or dungeons. I don't think it's going to be that hard to complete these bounties, and I think that that's really good. So I think that Bungie deserves some credit for that. We'll get to all of the bad stuff and all of the stuff that had caused a lot of controversy later, but for right now I just want to stay with the positive things here, that it seems like these bounties are going to be piece of cake to do. This is how you can customize your armor going forward. So this looks like a very easy way to kind of combine different shaders on the different armor pieces, and also there's an apply all option, which is really awesome. By the way guys, I'm sorry about my voice. I know it sounds kind of shitty, but I'm sick at the moment, so bear with me a little bit. I guess right here is also where you can just like right click the individual armor pieces and put on a mod, or not a mod, an ornament that you made with this Transmog system. So down here, for example, it looks like they have an ornament equipped, and so on every armor piece you should be able to make it into a universal, not exotic armor pieces, but legendary armor pieces and below. You should be able to make them into a ornament. So when you go in here, you can kind of right click these armor pieces, and then you can choose from all of the different universal ornaments that you have made. So it's going to be way easier to kind of customize your look from now on in Destiny. Customize what your armor looks like, what shaders you have on, if you want to change out the different shaders on the different pieces, or you want to apply one shader to all of the armor pieces. It's going to be way easier, all of that, and that's really nice. Actually, you can see a picture of it here as well. So here it looks like they have chosen the helmet here, and then they can see the shader and the actual ornament that they have on. So this helmet could be made to look like any of these if they were unlocked. So now, what is the bad? Where's the controversy? What made people rage on Reddit? This did. How many of these can you earn? So there's gonna be a limit. Of course, it's Bungie. So they're gonna limit how much synth weave you can earn per season. In a normal season, you would be able to earn up to 10 synth weave per class per season. And it seems like one synth weave can transform one armor piece into an ornament. So that means 10 armor pieces per season. Then to celebrate the introduction of this, in the first season, this next season, season 14, you're going to be able to earn 20 synthweave per class, which translates into 4 full sets of armor or 20 specific items. What you can do if you want to earn more synthweave than the 10 per class per season, you can buy it for silver. And this is what had the community raging. Eververse will also offer Synthweave templates for direct purchase through the Guardian appearance screen. Players may either purchase a single Synthweave or they may purchase a 5-piece bundle. If you want to translate a lot of armor pieces into these Transmog ornaments, you can buy these Synthweave for silver in the Eververse. And so people are of course upset that it seems like Bungie has only put this limitation on how many you can earn, so that the people who are really gonna get into this, that like the Destiny fashion community, they are gonna buy the Synthweave for silver once they can't earn anymore, because they of course want to have every armor piece available. And it kind of sucks that Bungie has made this limitation in the first place, but it even sucks more that the way you kind of break out of the limitation is paying. It's kind of, it just feels very bad. I understand, like I'm a business person as well. Like besides the YouTube channel, I run 2 online businesses, and I understand Bungie has to run a business, and I understand why they did this. I don't think they did it to be evil. I really think they did it because they want to invest so much in this franchise to make movies and television shows, and they want to create the next Star Wars. And I think they can actually also do that. I really believe in their vision to do that. But this still just feels very bad. It feels like it, even though it's only cosmetic things, it kind of feels like a kind of pay to win concept, right? Where the people who want to spend money in Eververse, they're just gonna get something better than what the players who won't spend money in Eververse are getting. On top of that, they changed up the economy for shaders. So as you remember, I said that the shaders are going to work a little bit different. So it says here, players may apply shaders for 500 glimmer per armor piece. Additionally, we've added the often requested apply all button for shaders, which will cost 2,500 glimmer in total. This is the same glimmer cost to purchase shaders right now, but we've done away with the legendary shards requirement. So this is okay, this is nice, this is the same price, they've just eliminated the legendary shards requirement. Okay, that's nice, we like that. Then they say shaders will continue to be earned through various activities in Destiny 2 or can be purchased using bright dust or silver from Eververse. With the update to shaders, we'll be increasing their cost from 40 bright dust to 300 bright dust. Cue the angry Destiny mob. Now this is where a lot of people also got really mad. This increase in price, plus the other thing with the limitation that you can then pay your way out of, just seems like Bungie is not only introducing this system, they're also milking it through Eververse. They're making it way easier to customize your Guardian. We all like that, we all want that. But then on top of that, they're kind of limiting how much you can get for free for just playing. Well, it's not free because you paid for the game as well, but they are limiting how much you can earn through just playing the game. Because Bright Dust you earn by playing the game, and so you would be able to buy way more shaders if they were 40 Bright Dust than when they're 300 Bright Dust. I wonder if when this new system comes out, Bungie is also going to release a lot of new shaders that you can only get in the Eververse. But I want to still say, we have not seen this system implemented yet. And sometimes when you read something like this, it can seem different than what it actually is when you get into it and you actually play it. So a thing to remember is before this season ends, which is in like 7 days or something, it might be even less time when this video comes out. So it's in a few days. When this season ends, they're gonna get rid of shaders from your inventory, and then you can dismantle them and get like legendary shards and glimmer. So be sure to go in and dismantle all of your shaders right now and just get it done. They're gonna disappear. So that was the complete Transmog system and everything you need to know before it launches with the next season, which should be next week. Now, as discussed in the video, there's a lot of opinion about this system, and I'm neither particularly for or against it. I just want to wait and see how it actually works out, because sometimes you can think that something will be very annoying, and then when you actually get to use the system, it's not actually that annoying. Or it could be the other way around. It could be that you think that it's not going to be a problem, and then when you try the system you find out it sucks ass. So I'm going to be excited for next week when it drops, and I'm definitely going to do like a review of what I think of the actual system once I get to try it out. But I'm definitely excited to make some universal ornaments from some of the awesome armor pieces that are in the collection. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, if you liked it, please leave a like. If you have any feedback or suggestions, please leave a comment in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys. And if you want to get my videos recommended when I make a new guide, and I do that every second day, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss the next guide. I'll see you guys in the next video.